Yeah, this thing is dope, bro. It's like basically like FaceTime, and it's pretty simple to do. I was
Yeah,
I shout outs to I was like one of the first person I interviewed. It was like a train wreck, bro. Like I was holding the camera, and like it was a train wreck, but got it all
yeah,
squared away.
yeah. You got it all good to go.
Yeah, bro. Man, that's one of the homies, bro. He taps in when we play Fortnite. I haven't been on Fortnite in a few months because the studio is unavailable. We'll just
Hmm.
say that. Um, got in a fight with my grandma's neighbor. But
Yeah, things happen, man. 2024. I
hey,
don't know. 2024 is like a year of beef or something.
dude, bro. It happened like literally on that same week, bro. On the day of the eclipse, bro.
Yeah,
On some
yeah,
crazy
man.
stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
everyone's getting crazy this year.
Yeah, so haven't been able to play too much Fortnite, but we still upload the clips, and we're still we're still growing as a company. Shouts to the homie for supporting. But
Yes, sir.
back to the show, man. Part of what Eric does, he helped start this crew that he was talking.
Of a reader, but the book I'm pretty sure. Yeah, man. So, but yeah, it's crazy how he was one of the originators of the crew. You know, he started the whole dance crew, and then brought me along, Tavante along too. You know, which we're all still cool to this day. So yeah, man, it's wild that we're all still like alive.
No, bro. Speaking of that, but yeah, I think it's crazy because books are like actually like reach back becoming like trending and like popular again.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
a
for sure.
popular podcaster, Charlemagne the God. He has like his own book publishing company. I actually bought one of his books. Like I would read it and stuff, read it on the plane, and yeah, that's cool. Fantasy, like one of my favorite books that I was actually thinking about was like The Secrets of Drune. I used to read
Hmm.
that like freaking elementary school, and like
Yeah, yeah,
uh yeah, so that's actually good to hear, man. And like you're saying, bro, still alive, bro. Freaking I did a window cleaning job for a client today, and
yeah,
he
yeah.
was
You be
like,
killing that.
"Yo, thank you, bro. Thank you, man." Like I feel
Yeah,
like
man.
it's like crazy, bro, on some like spiritual stuff. It's like God just like freaking blessed with that. I guess I could say. I don't know, but it was like
Yeah.
my
12 plus worth of content within like 2 years, So I feel like I'm on extra credit now. Like,
dang for
I'm just,
real.
yeah, it's like, all right, still doing this. Like, I feel like people have like their 50, like midlife crisis thing. I felt like I've had that 2 times.
Dang. No,
Yeah,
facts, bro. Facts. Like we've been actually in the industry since we like started basically around the
yeah.
same time
And
for
then
like
like,
10 years.
yeah, people that are like logging in, like, me and Cameron, and especially Cameron, we're two people that, I'm not saying we were like came from nothing, but as far as like the industry, we had to force our foot in that door and like really just make our name known. And whether it was tryouts or auditions or like putting our videos out there or just like our aura, what I'm saying, it was like, I feel like we had one of the last time frames where you really had to do it from the ground up, because that was before social media was like, it was there, but not everyone was tapped into it like that. So like
Yeah,
seeing
for real.
you build your stuff up, it was all grind. And like and we're from San Diego. It's a great place, but it's a city where people don't want to see you if you win.
Last thing that I wanted to highlight. But also he also hosts hometown battles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Also I wanted to get into stuff like that. I already made the title, so I forgot, but there's three like cool things I wanted to highlight.
All
Um
right. Cool. Cool. Cool.
but I guess we'll go ahead and jump right into it. We'll jump right into it.
Yes, sir.
So what are your thoughts on Trump and Joe Biden?
Yeah, I feel like we're living like in a Simpsons movie. Like, because I feel like growing up, I remember when Arnold was like our governor in California. That was like, whoa, a celebrity in office. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to continue to be a thing over the years, which is pretty wild, kind of cool, but wild. Yeah, honestly, I'm not really, I haven't paid too much mind to it to keep it a stack. I personally feel like a lot of strings are being pulled from people that are like behind these guys. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I mean, that's just me guessing. That's not me an educated guess, but just based off of how Hollywood works and how things work on camera, it's always more beyond that than what the public sees. Um, so yeah, it's an interesting time for sure. I think if I had to
Facts, facts.
choose, yeah, if I had to choose out of the two based off of what I do know, the little that I do know, um, I'd probably say Trump. Not like I'm like all for that, but that's probably out of the two. But
Okay,
they
okay.
both seem like some kind of AI generated people. Like like I don't know, it
No,
seems
yeah,
fake.
like Joe Biden is like he's like animatronics, bro.
Bro, I swear he's like the first android in real life or something. Like I don't know. He doesn't even
Bro
blink
is the
right.
sample. He's the sample.
He's the same. You've probably seen him before, but they like have it to the T. Um, yeah, because he's just that out there. He's just that like random of a person that people like are starting to mimic it and like get the voice down and
Yeah.
stuff. It's pretty funny.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is like, how does bro really sounds like that all the time? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, literally all the time. Yeah, man, it's just like, dang, that's crazy. Yeah, it's I think right now America's a place that like I've actually been to different countries recently, but like America's a place right now that everyone's kind of looking at like, oh shit, like what's going on over there?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, right, right.
yeah,
Um, shoot, yeah. Speaking of that, let's jump into that. So a few years ago, Eric started traveling abroad to for dance jobs, different dance jobs to teach, to perform. Um, so can you kind of get more into that? I remember
yeah.
talking to you when I was a dishwasher. I'm a window cleaner now. Now I was a dishwasher then. But
Yes,
I
sir.
remember you were traveling even then, and that was like maybe like 4 years ago, 4 or 5
Yeah,
years ago. So
that
what?
was that was.
How did that come about? And then
Yeah.
what's kind of like more some more I don't know, enlighten us about that
Yeah.
experience, us Americans. You feel me? Hey,
That's Americans. Yeah. I have to take it back to 2017. There's a guy in our crew. Shout out to Anwar. He's from Mexico. Um, he's been doing his own thing for a while. Already dope by himself. Anyway, he's from an island in Mexico, which happens to be like one of the most exotic places out there. It's kind of like the Hawaii of the states, but in Mexico. It's called Cozumel, close to Cancun. So he came in town. What would happen is he'd be in town for like a month. We'd work, perform and stuff. He'd go back to TJ, fly out to Cancun, whatever. And he was like, "Hey, bro, I want to bring you out to Cancun." And this is before I like was traveling international. So I'm like, that idea is cool, but it's far fetched. And he's like, no,
right,
actually, like,
right.
he's like, I'll legit fly you out. So I'm like, all right, cool. If it's like that, it's my boy right here. I trust him, and my first time teaching abroad. At the time, I was like, I got to bring the boy Paul out too, one of the other crew members that was with us,
Hey,
during that whole
shout
time
out to
frame. And
Paul.
yeah, I had to bring him too. So I'm like, what can we do for that? He's like, all right, I can have you and Paul at my pad, but I can't pay for Paul. I can pay for you. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit him up, see if he's down with it. And the idea of that actually became reality that same year. So we went to Cozumel for the first time in Mexico. Um, and then that kind of became the spot we went to back and forth for like about 2 years. But just going there, it was like a quick flight compared to other places. But that made me realize that when I first touched down there and had my class, me, Paul, and Amar, we had a class of like 40 people, which was a big deal for the island.
Dang.
The whole island kind of knew about it. It's a small island. And just to see how much our art meant to them over there made a big difference to me. It kind of made me realize that, it's a lot bigger than just here in the States. Um, because when you're in California, especially SoCal, especially, like there's so many creatives, there's so much going on that like, if I'm like the best in my city, I go to LA, I'm like another person. Like I'm still creative and I got my own stuff going on. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's like it's like like in the Matrix, a bunch of agents, like all the guys with the glasses and stuff. Like
Yeah,
you meet one of them,
yeah.
they're hella powerful. You meet them all together, it's like they're just a bunch of really crazy powerful people. So, but when you travel away from that, from the stuff you have from the States, they really appreciate what you got going on. Because it's kind of the equivalent of like how Cubans made salsa and stuff. Like you go there and you get like the authentic stuff. It's kind of like how the USA made hip hop. So it's like the fact that we're just from there and we're at a high level, it just makes people already gravitate towards it and like want to know about what you do. So that kind of sparked all that. That was kind of like a snowball effect from that point on, to where we traveled a little bit more throughout the years and stuff. So that's been pretty cool.
Dang. Okay, okay. Yo, shouts to Anwar, man.
Yeah,
I think I've met him a few times.
yeah, he's a
That's
special
sick,
edition.
bro.
Yeah,
Right, right. Shoot. Let's talk about this is kind of like some let's talk about running a dance team, let's say, if you
yeah,
will, or leading a dance team. It's a lot of different personalities that
yeah,
you that like you're I'm not that good at this, and like I don't know many people that are good at this, but like even through adding me to the group, adding Paul to the group, linking up with Anwar, to everyone, to all the other guys, shouts to everyone else in Fuego.
yeah.
um how do you kind of go about that, and how do you think about that, like the social dynamics of like managing
Mhm.
all the egos and just staying organized?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not the easiest thing. One thing I've learned is like no matter how good you have it down, like someone's always going to be a little bit unhappy. Not that that's my goal, but it's just you're trying to like steer the whole boat, with everyone that's like a shipmate. Everyone has to put their work in, and no one's like the main person. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm booking everything, I don't. No one has to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like all that matters is the person that people that I'm talking to, and like myself. When in that aspect, I don't have to go around telling the whole world like, oh, I was just talking to so and so doing this and this. But the moment that it becomes that, the moment that anyone else has more of an ego than everyone else, then it kind of like becomes a lopsided situation. So when it comes to adding new people in the crew, I mean, the main thing is talent, and second thing is how good they can follow and add to what we're doing. But beyond that, it's like they kind of have to match that energy of like just having a good time with your crew, because that's how we established our stuff. We were a dance crew from school. On the weekends, we would go crazy, go perform places, like have a car full of five guys. Just, it was real street, but it was just like organic. So I don't want to take that aspect out of like just being friends. I think over the years, though, I have got more professional with it. So it's just having that friendship vibe with being professional is like the way to go. Um, and if anyone's ego gets too big, just put them in check, put myself in check. End of the day, we're just dancing. If like until I meet someone that could fly and has superpowers, then they're above us. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, everyone is talented. If someone's better than me, they just work harder than me. But then again, there's people that are freaks of nature, which is a different story. But we're all human. We put hours in. You can't really escape the hours you put in to make it work. So as long as everyone's doing their part to make the puzzle work, it works.
Hey, I like that, bro.
Yeah,
Respect, respect. Um, Shoot, let's get on to next question here. Did you care at all about the Drake versus Kendrick beef? And
yeah.
how do you feel about that?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, like you kind of had to, because we kind of grew up, you know. Honestly, it was kind of funny how they mentioned the big three in Drake's song, because I mean, if you listen to hip hop the past 15 years, unless you've been under a rock, it's been Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. My thing about Kendrick, beyond the bars and beyond the music, my thing about Kendrick is I think he had the best album out of the three. Like, Good Kid, Mad City was like undoubtedly one of the best hip hop albums of our time, but
Facts,
he
facts.
wasn't as consistent as Drake or J. Cole in my eyes. So that's one thing. Drake is the most consistent out of both of them together, like combined even. He's had more hits than the Beatles, this and that. I know he's had people that write for him, but honestly, everyone does that. Like it's the
My bad,
industry.
bro. Is it cool if if I smoke
Oh yeah, you're good. You're
or?
chilling. Yeah, you're chilling. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
cool. Thank you,
yeah, yeah.
thank you.
You, I can smell it from here. Now I'm playing.
Hey,
Yeah, but J Cole, I'll give him this though. J Cole, I'll go get to this in a second. But J Cole had the most impressive album in my opinion with Forest Hills Drive, because that was no features. That was all him in a time frame where Drake and Kendrick were both talked about more than J Cole was. So that was him putting his foot in the door for that. So fast forward to
I feel
Drake
that
and
right there.
yeah. So fast forward to Drake and Kendrick. I think what was cool is that I think J. Cole made the right move by backing out of that situation. At the time, we all wanted to see him, spit and get in there and make his thing happen. But on a personal level, he made the right choice. Also, that was like a really new thing for hip hop. No one's really ever backed out of a battle that high. So he got a lot of flack about that. People were kind of like not about that and stuff. And I honestly wanted to see more from J. Cole. But taking it to the Drake and the Kendrick beef, one thing I will say, I think personally being on the West Coast, Kendrick's a better rapper and like he has better lyrics and all that stuff. But I feel like overall Drake's a more diverse artist, even through all this beef and stuff. As far as the winner of this, if we're talking straight battle rap, I think that Kendrick took it. But if we're talking facts, the thing that for me it's like this: if all the allegations that came out in Kendrick's bars, came to reality, it's 100% kill off. You know what I'm saying? But that hasn't
Right,
really happened
right.
yet. That hasn't really happened yet. So if that stands that way, that means that Kendrick just got information and was like going with it. But he's just so up there and so skilled that it worked. You know what I'm saying? One thing else that was smart about Kendrick was up there. Everyone that listens, so I'm not really for the bandwagon stuff, but in my opinion, Kendrick won. But I think Drake is still going to continue to do what he does. Unless the allegations come out to be true, that's a different story. That means that, oh, damn, Kendrick really was talking about some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I see it. And a little
Oh
little
yeah,
breakdown.
definitely, bro. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was the most West Coast thing you can do.
shoot, for real, bro.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that was a crazy moment to like witness. It came out of nowhere.
yeah. And
All
the
the
thing, it was
tracks.
it was quick, back to back. Like the responses were like almost like record timing.
Yeah, no, for real. Like that had never happened before. Like probably
Yeah,
the quickest one before that was like I don't even know, but because I didn't really I wasn't there for like I didn't really pay attention to the Drake versus Pusha T beef. Like I
same.
was kind
Yeah.
of like I was like I don't know because it wasn't that
Well,
like
because the thing
exciting.
the thing is like, but Pusha T's a dope artist and visual. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was in that group and everything. But at the time frame, he was just trying to get clout from that situation. You know what I mean? Because this was different. Kendrick Lamar, even though he comes and goes, but he's still relevant. Drake's always relevant. It was two guys that were like juggernauts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like two guys that actually like really were like talked about a lot. I never heard someone in the club say, "Hey, play that Pusha T."
Hey, yeah, facts.
No disrespect. No,
Shout
no
shout
disrespect.
shout out Pusha T, man. Shout out
No
Pusha T.
disrespect. No, he's one of the he's dope. He's dope. But like in that aspect, like it just wasn't like on that same type of popularity level. That's why I didn't get that much. You know, because honestly, like if you want to go there, like Pusha did kind of get under Drake's skin with that. He kind of made it to where he couldn't really rebuttal with that, but he wasn't as big of an artist at the time, so it didn't get that much traction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like we were like a little too young to really like understand like Pusha T. Like when people say that, the generations under us when like we say Kendrick Lamar, like they're not gonna be like who's Kendrick Lamar? Like they're not gonna they weren't there for freaking
Yeah.
for what is it like all like a Good Kid, Mad City, that whole album. We'll keep it pushing. Pusha T.
Pusha
Jet right
T.
through this. Do you have any projects right now that you're working on?
Yeah, we're going to Miami next week. In 2 weeks, we got some performances with that. And then besides that, some stuff in Seattle later this year. Just kind of taking it month by month. We have a new performance every month, so that's.
That's not. Do you have any favorite video games?
Oh, Tekken 3, Tekken 4, my all-time favorite. Sims 2 was prime. That's my spot for now.
Hey, nice. No, yeah, bigger sushi's better, bro.
Yeah, the bigger the better.
uh,
You know what I'm
shoot, man, that's what they say. You know what I'm saying?
saying?
But yeah, so shoot, that's all the questions I have, bro. Before my phone dies, I just want to say, thanks again, for stopping by the Hooligans podcast. Um, and shoot, man, best of luck on everything. Do you have anything that you want to leave with the people?
With the people, man. Like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you aren't gonna be the best at what you do or the greatest at what you do. You're gonna be the best version of yourself. And no one can take that away from you. If you're the best version of Eric Payan, if you're the best version of Cameron Tricey, like if you have that going for you and you stick to that, people are gonna gravitate to what you got going on. If you're focused on this person, that person, they're doing so much more than me, they're advancing a lot faster than me, like you're gonna start seeing yourself like as a lower light than what you could be. So just really trust in what you got going on for yourself.
Hey, most definitely. Those are wise words. Those are definitely some gems. I want to say thanks again. This is Eric Payan of Fuego Dance Crew, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Peace.
See ya.